I got suckered on Instagram with a sponsored ad, and I ended up picking up these glass skull cups because I thought they would be super cool for whiskey, and then I was like doing coffee in them. Anyway, they came out pretty cool. Maybe you've seen the ad, but they freaking spammed me. By the way, my Instagram's basically turned into ads. They spam me like you cannot believe. Anyway, guys, why you're here is you potentially got a new rifle, you're waiting on a new rifle, you're considering a new rifle, or maybe, you know, you got it today and you want to know, like, what sort of do I do now? So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to visually inspect that everything is up to scratch, okay? And the first way, I mean, the rifle you see behind me, it has been shot. In fact, I shot it yesterday for the first time. Chambered in 6.5 Sherman short mag. Thing's a beast. But when it arrived in South Africa and I brought it home, I could visually see from the outside, you know, there's a whole bunch of crap in my barrel. And I don't want to harm my barrel by potentially shooting a freaking laser beam, okay, my 140 grain bullet at 3,200 feet per second. I don't want to shoot it down that barrel and have any obstructions in there. So from a safety point of view, you want to make sure your barrel is clean. Now you could do that by holding it up to a light, okay, and looking down the chamber end, you know, pulling the bolt out. That before you put in the chassis, some chassis will allow you to actually still see in from the back. And you can see visually, like, okay, cool, there's no major obstructions. But what I like to do is I like to run a bore scope through the barrel, okay? And in this case, when you see it from the outside, then you know. Because keep in mind, this thing came in a wooden box with a whole bunch of other rifles and packing materials, and it's shipping all over the world, you know, on airplanes, turbulence, the works, and a whole bunch of gunk got in there. So I ran the bore scope through and I recorded the footage for you guys. And by the way, if you're in South Africa and you're looking for a bore scope, I have these available on my website. We've got a sale, we've got a couple of them left. So for the Easter weekend, check it out, they're on sale, and I'm gonna link that down below. It's a really useful tool for seeing how a barrel fouls up. Okay, seeing what tendencies are in a barrel. When are you starting to see copper? Where are you starting to see copper? Are you cleaning a certain portion of your barrel better than another portion? So that's what I really use them for. I didn't have one for the longest time, but it's been such a cool little investment, and the cost of them have come down, like, you know, 90% cheaper than they used to be, and the technology is much better. So anyway, here's what the barrel looked like on the inside before I cleaned it, okay? It's disgusting, as you can see. This is what it looked like after I cleaned it, okay? So all I did was I put some thorough flush on a cleaning rod, put like 5 or 6 down there just to get sort of rid of all the big pieces. Then I put a little bit of the thorough clean sort of slush on a brush, brushed it out. By the way, some of you guys have asked for a rifle cleaning video. I've done that, okay? So I'm gonna link that here, or at the end, my complete process as to how I clean. So this process doesn't have to take you very long. I probably spent 2-3 minutes, okay, just to clean this guy out quickly. And as you'll see, the difference is, it's freaking remarkable, okay? So the last thing you want to do is shoot a round down the first case scenario barrel, okay? And I actually did this, well, I don't know if I did this. When I was getting into firearms back in 2017, I bought an AR. I was going to do, you know, 3-gun, run and gun, and just, you know, be tactical AF. I never actually shot a 3-gun match, but I bought a really nice AR. And the first time I went to the range with it, I literally took it out the box, put a mag in, and I freaking mag dumped because, you know, I got an AR, which, by the way, Joe, is Armor Light, not assault rifle. Idiot. Anyway, and I got home, and I was like, oh no, you should have checked for, like, you know, you should have checked for any debris in the barrel, or you should clean your barrel. You know, there might be some machining chips in that barrel, and you can cause serious damage to your barrel and not even be aware of that. You know, 3 years down the line or 3 months down the line, you can't understand why you're not getting your rifle to group, but you didn't take the 2-3 minutes before the time just to make sure it's free from any obstructions from a safety point of view. And also, you know, if there's a 140 grain projectile going down that barrel at 3,000 feet per second, any little metal shaving from the machining process or manufacturing or whatever that's left in there is going to do damage to your barrel. And in a worst case scenario, if it's a big piece, it can actually block that bullet from going through, and then you can have a catastrophic failure of your firearm. So that's the first thing you want to do. Make sure everything is clean, take the time, and just inspect your stuff. You know, we always have a saying that I learned from my dad: if you want to expect more, you need to inspect more. And that's really where the bore scope has become such a valuable little tool. So guys, that's pretty much it. You know, take the time, make sure your rifle's barrel is in a state that it's perfect to go to the range for the first time, and it'll take you 2 minutes. Okay, if you want to see my complete process of breaking in a barrel, I probably don't think it's necessary for an AR. You know, our accuracy expectations is not what it is from something like this. Shot that yesterday for the first time. I was a little bit scared of what the recoil was going to be like, because I'd seen Bruce shoot it, okay, with no muzzle brake, and it's an ultralight hunting Magnum build, but it wasn't bad. You know, I was shooting quite mild loads just to, because think about this, if you have a new car, you don't want to go screaming down the highway. So I was shooting quite low pressure loads just to sort of break in that barrel, do my cleaning, all of those things. I've done a video on that for you guys too. So anyway, guys, that's in a nutshell what you want to do when you get your, you get your rifle home for the first time. Is clean your barrel, visually inspect everything is right, make sure your scope base is tight, and in my case it's machined into the action, but make sure everything is tight. Torque everything to spec, because you don't want to go to the range for the very first time and end up chasing your tail because you didn't go through the little checks and balances you need to do before the time. Anyway, if you like this video, please make sure you're subscribed. My rifle cleaning video is over here, which you guys have been requesting, and I'm going to leave my little break-in process over here, and make sure you're subscribed in this box. It's Easter weekend. If you're spending some time with your loved ones, make the most of it. We never know what tomorrow holds in store for us. So yeah, I want to end on that note. Have a good one. Bye.